Hi everyone, Elise here from the New Hampshire Food Bank Cooking Matters team. Today's topic is going to be all about MyPlate. How many of you guys have seen MyPlate before? As you can see here, we have 5 different food groups: fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. The size of each of these food groups on the plate helps us think about which food groups to eat from in larger or smaller portions based on the nutrients they're providing to our bodies. Getting a variety of these different food groups are really important because they help us get the nutrients we need for healthy growth, peak physical performance, and also for peak brain power so that we can make those decisions that we need to make every day for our families, for our kids, in school and work. A good goal to aim for is at least getting 3 food groups per meal. So this can help us ensure that we're getting all the nutrients in that meal to aid in the digestion and in the absorption of different nutrients that each food group provides. It's also important to think about how foods fit into each of these food groups. So think of some examples that might be sometimes foods versus everyday foods that fit into each of these categories, because all the foods that we eat can fit into these categories. So one example when you're talking with your kids might be, where does cake fall? Cake is grains, that falls into a category, but cake might be one of those food items that might be a sometimes food versus maybe brown rice or whole grain toast or whole grain pasta, popcorn, oatmeal. Those might be everyday food items that fall into the grains category. And it can go for each of these food groups, such as, if you're talking about fruit, maybe apple is an everyday food, whereas apple pie might be a sometimes food. So there are no bad foods, there are no foods that are off limits, but some of them should be thought about in eating maybe less often than others. So this is one example of how we can kind of use MyPlate as a guide to help us make those food choices every day. So the first week, I encourage you all to look down at your plates and see where some of those food items fit into the category, maybe how much you're getting of them, and maybe how you can make one small adjustment or have that conversation with your kids on how to get more of these food groups into your diet and more of those nutritious options into your diet. So stay tuned for our next week's topic, which is fruits and vegetables.